Hello, all. I hope you've had a good day. I took a personal day today. I am just registering, processing a lot of things. I just rewatched Baron and Candace and pulled away more nuggets. And I watched Ian Carroll and I Am Coached, and just kind of processing everything that's transpiring around us all right now. And just looking at the big picture of things. You know, I had so many dreams last night. And in my dream, it was like a matter of the world becoming honest with itself, like as a whole, and recognizing the reality that we all live in the deception and the corruption. Like, I was really taken back at the fact that I cannot find my grandparents' obituary anywhere online. Like, it's the most bizarre thing. I don't know why that is. And so just little irregularities like that and patterns is odd to me when it comes to my story, and the inconsistencies that follow me in reference to just patterns and people, places, and things in my life, and how there's just been so many different angles of my life where it's just been so controlled to go one way or the other. And so it's really interesting to wake up to it and really start piecing things together and recognizing that all the while me feeling like something was going on, but not being able to put my finger on it, and now actually being able to put my finger on it and recognize that it's just, we're at a place now where people are going to have to start getting honest with themselves. And if you choose not to get honest with yourself, that's an option too, right? But when you choose not to become honest with yourself, you're choosing to live in a world in denial. And when you choose to live in a world in denial, you choose to live in a world where you're not free. You're not walking in freedom. You're a puppet on strings, and whatever strings you have in your life, right? Whoever controls your strings, or you controlling your strings in reference to the choices you've made to land you where you're at right now, and not being at a place where you can become honest with yourself and take accountability in your choices and decisions that you've made, right? The truth usually isn't hidden, it's avoided. People avoid the truth. And when you are somebody that just chooses to move and operate in truth, you stand on truth, people are going to avoid you. I've come to realize that, and I'm okay with it. You know, it's one of those things. People are who they are. If they choose to not move in their truth, and they choose to avoid it, and they choose not to be honest with themselves, that is something that they're going to have to walk through on their own, right? There's a lot of people that move and operate with greed, power at the full front, and cover-ups and lies. And, you know, it's one of those things. I give people space for them to walk whatever path they want to walk. Like Candace said, I mean, it's so sad we live in a world now where, like, the good people and the honest people get chastised. Because what? They can't be controlled. They don't follow the crowd. They don't follow the cool kids. So then they get chastised because they're the problem, right? And she's going through so many different things that I feel so connected with, in reference to just how people are just slandering her, and they're throwing all these lies out, lies that are not even true, things that didn't even happen. And I know without a doubt that that has been spun around me for many, many years. Most people aren't confused about what's going on in their lives. They're not confused about it. They're uncomfortable with the truth, with what truth would require for them to change. And that's the thing. In the web we are in right now, it's not a matter of people, you know, not wanting to take accountability, but it's a matter of what it's going to take for them to actually get to that place. And when you're in a state where you've chosen to do unlawful things, inhumane things, you're going to land here. Avoidance looks like confusion. Denial looks like peace. But at the end of the day, when you're in a state of denial, are you really at peace? No, you're just avoiding. Patterns don't lie, even when people do. You don't need a single dramatic event to understand what's happening. Patterns tell a story. Exactly. I've been following the patterns. Patterns tell a story. Repeated justifications, repeated deflection, repeated harm, followed by apologies with no change. There's that. When the same outcomes keep showing up, the issue isn't bad luck, it's unchecked choice. And that's the thing, is I got into a world where it's like, okay, the same outcomes keep transpiring around me. So the only person in my reality that can change the outcomes is me. So I took my control back. I took my power back. I took my thoughts back. I took my actions. I took my choices back, and no longer allowed the world to tell me what I needed to think, what I needed to feel, what I went through. That part, my experiences, because I dang sure know what I went through. I know everybody that's involved, and I know to the extent level that they've went. And so, you guys can keep shaping narratives and take it, spin it, and run it. But at the end of the day, it doesn't change the experience of what happened, because it did happen. You can't change a scenario, a real lived scenario. Like, you can't change it as many times as people want to throw it at you. And you have to think this way and manipulate. At the end of the day, when you carry your strength in your thoughts and nobody can sway you from that. No one. Especially when patterns like that are unchecked. Like, it got to be where they were so blatantly obvious. So blatantly obvious. Like, I would have to be a Joe to not pick up on the patterns of everything that was transpiring around me. A Joe, and if you don't know Joe, from Baron Coleman's show, he crashed out on the Joe. And it's just people in this world that are at Joe's IQ level, where they don't have a certain level of logic and recognizing just the truth in things, instead of always picking apart one scenario without looking at the true evidence of the lineup of facts. And that's where the gray area is. The gray area is, right? Because nobody can adopt a broader mind thinking and just want to look for the truth, the facts, the evidence. Just the truth, the facts, and the evidence, not what so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so said, or not 20 years down the road or in the past of what baby mama drama say, talking about Mitch Snow and all that. It's just like, no, look at the truth, look at the evidence. Let's stay on course here. But no, the Joes in the world, they don't want to do that. Why? Because they want to sway, they want to manipulate. And they're probably a part of the cover-ups. Being good isn't the same as being accountable. You can be kind and still cause harm. You can be spiritual and still manipulate. You can be successful and still avoid responsibility. Character isn't proven by intention, it's proven by correction. That's the thing. Boom. Character isn't proven by intention, it's proven by correction, right? Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. Nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. I fumble my words. Like, I'm not perfect by any means. Never have I ever, but I do take accountability and I own it. I'll be the first to say I'm sorry. But yet it's so hard to get a sorry or anything when it comes to anything that's transpired in my life. It's just absolutely insane. I mean, even my father deflects, like, in reference to my childhood experience. I'm not even going to go down that road. I'm so tired of, people know what they do. Self-reflection isn't harder than self-defense. It's easier to explain why you're right than ask why something keeps breaking around you. Growth begins in the moment you stop defending your choices. Exactly. Growth begins the moment you stop defending your choices. As soon as I stop playing their game as if I'm on the defense, with not even at this point, to this day, nobody telling me or coming and actually talking to me in reference to why they went to these great lengths. And so as soon as I was like, what am I actually defending? I'm unaware. I didn't do nothing wrong. So why am I in the defense mode? No. So as soon as I changed and flipped the script, I'm like, no, actually, you guys are the ones doing illegal activities. You guys are the ones attacking me. You guys are the ones trying to scapegoat me. You guys are the one that drew up this whole entire plan. You guys are on the defense. Now you explain to me why. Not me. Period. Boundaries reveal whose benefits from your silence. Exactly. As soon as I started speaking up, I started realizing who was benefiting from my silence, and that's when they really started telling on themselves.